New news has just been discovered for Chapter 4, which has shaken up the entire fanbase. We were given clues by an ex-Mob Entertainment employee that potentially hints at future bosses. I also might have uncovered the true ending to Poppy Playtime, and you're not going to want to miss it. Chapter 3's ending left us with many things still unanswered. However, the game did leave us with a possible clue to where the story will take place next. Upon reaching Kickin' Chicken's cardboard cutout, we are able to see a unique poster. The poster depicts Poppy in front of a roller coaster, with text that says, "Treat yourself at Playtime's new park." Since we haven't seen an amusement park yet, there's a good chance this is foreshadowing our next destination. If you stop to think about it, the Playtime factory is huge, and it's scary how advanced this company was for its time. An underground park sets us up for a lot of shenanigans, and you can bet we'll be fighting on top of a roller coaster. And speaking of fights, there's a very high chance we might see the return of a fan favorite. Catnap was taken down and presumed to be dead according to Ollie and Poppy. We actually did a separate breakdown on why he's still alive, which you can check out here on the channel. But one thing we didn't cover was this recent tweet by a Poppy Playtime animator. He shows something very terrifying about Catnap that I wish I knew a lot sooner. Take a look at this. You can see multiple human hands moving inside of him as if they're trying to get out. Those are likely victims of catnap, or more specifically, trapped Playtime employees. The fact that he's consumed that many people also indicates he may be stronger than we initially thought. But how exactly does his body work, and is this Catnap's real form? It's quite possible that although the player took down his purple toy body, there is a chance Nightmare Catnap is still alive. If this is the case, then we could likely have another run-in with him should we encounter Poppy Gas in the future. Now, while this version of Catnap is definitely scary, nothing could prepare you for the infamous Cuddle Kitty. That's right, this image here is the original concept art of Catnap before his design was finalized. One of the designers that used to work at Mob Entertainment posted this on his Twitter. The main difference between Cuddle Kitty and Catnap is the secret surprise hidden within its mouth. If you look closely at the bottom picture, you can see what appears to be the face of a man. Going by the description at the top, the man would have been able to play sounds from the suit and release different smells. But the real mystery lies in the bottom left corner of the image. For some reason, the designer had to block out this one word, since it might have been a spoiler. I have a feeling that we're not done just yet with Catnap, and he's hiding one last trick up his sleeve. But Catnap isn't the only one with surprises for the players, as the director of Poppy Playtime recently stepped down last week. While this may seem like bad news, the director gave us some of the biggest hints for the rest of the series. A tweet of the thread reads as follows: "What's next for Poppy Playtime? Well, I won't be working on it. I have left it to the fantastic team at Mob, but shortly before my departure, we were able to crank out the story outlines for the remaining chapters of Poppy." And accompanying this tweet was a post with the smiling critters. Notice how he said chapters in plural form. This means that if the company sticks to Isaac's plans, there will be at least 2 more Poppy Playtime chapters, and the fact he shows us the smiling critters in that tweet might indicate that they'll be making another appearance. If you press all the smiling critters cutouts, you'll know that Bobby Bearhug and Picky Piggy are the only ones who don't have screams. This may indicate that they're still alive and hiding somewhere, or maybe there's another reason why it's designed like that, which we'll eventually find out. Let's say that the next chapter really takes place in an amusement park. You know what's often associated with an amusement park? Teddy bears. You'll find them as prizes for many kinds of minigames, and this theory is supported by one of Isaac's retweets. In this post, we can see a 3D model of Bobby Bearhug after undergoing the Bigger Bodies initiative. Her body structure is pretty similar to Catnap, so if Bobby turns out to be a boss in chapter 4, don't be surprised. As for Picky Piggy, we know that she's a big eater. She would make a great boss and would have every reason to want to eat us. It's also probably a long time since she'd had human and would relish the opportunity to take a bite. The next tweet from Isaac drops one of the biggest clues to the ending of the story, and I quote, "These outlines were written in the way that I had always imagined since the very beginning, with a conclusion that I love. Will all of it be used? I have no idea, but if they decide to use it, there will be some of my own style in the chapters, even if it is only on the story side this time around." So what he's saying is that there is still a possibility that they may change the direction of the story. But what we really need to pay attention to is the photo he attached with the tweet. Huggy Wuggy is eating one of the playable characters from Poppy Playtime. Isaac could be hinting that the story he came up with was actually one in which we lose, maybe even losing to Huggy Wuggy. It's hard to deny that this would be a cool plot twist. Isaac stated that he knew this was going to be the ending from the beginning, and this theory does make sense. We all know how chapter 1 started with Huggy Wuggy, so it makes sense to end the game with him too. I wouldn't be surprised if after fighting the prototype, we actually have to fight Huggy as the true final boss. I'm sure the ending with Huggy Wuggy killing us would be unforgettable, especially after a hard-fought battle against the prototype. If that's not the case, the picture could also be referencing Huggy killing someone else that plays an important role. Maybe not the player, but someone we're close to. It could be someone important like Poppy or Kissy Missy. Huggy killing either of these two characters is also something that would be totally unexpected, so if the most important protagonists are gone, I can't imagine how the game will turn out. Aside from speculating on things we can't confirm, let's continue with clues left in the game. We also know, thanks to some leaks, that Braun the dinosaur will not be in chapter 4. Hidden within the game were files of him and Mommy Longlegs in their final moments. However, these files have since been removed. After we beat Mommy Longlegs, only her torso and one of her arms remained. The files showcase a toy box labeled Mommy, where a small toy depicting only her torso and arm can be seen. This is the exact way she died before the prototype took her away. If Braun was also removed in that manner, then that means this was likely the state of his body before the prototype took him. And for those with a keen eye, there's another reference hidden within the Mommy Longlegs toy box. Her pink box really resembles the original 1990s Betty Spaghetti. It was a pretty popular toy line in real life that was no doubt used for her inspiration. Mommy's posture is also reminiscent of Betty's, and they share multiple similarities with their long limbs. It's safe to say that Mommy Longlegs is probably gone for good, and we're going to be in for a treat come chapter 4. What's your opinion on the ending of Poppy Playtime? Will Huggy actually be the one to kill us, or will we save all the toys alongside Poppy? If there's any theories you have for Poppy Playtime's future, leave your comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.